Returning to Phoenix for Sophie Cunningham wasn't just another game, it was a full-blown emotional roller coaster. When asked what it means to face her old squad, Sophie didn't hold back. "AZ was good to me, but I'm way happier now. It was great to see people and play in front of fans, but I'm way happier in Indiana." That's some real talk. The Indiana Fever's road trip was nothing short of catastrophic. Phoenix absolutely demolished them, 95-60. As if the blowout wasn't bad enough, the Fever lost 2 more key players to injury, and Dana Bonner was on fire in the post-game press conference, tossing dirt on her old team. But don't worry, Sophie got the last word. This segment will break down exactly how Phoenix shredded Indiana, highlight Sophie's gutsy solo effort, and, best of all, we reveal the Bombshell podcast episode where Sophie finally exposed Dana Bonner's true exit drama. You will not believe what she said about respect and saying goodbye. If Sophie's your girl, drop Spicy Sophie in the chat. Let's not sugarcoat it. This might be the most humiliating loss Indiana suffered all year. Remember those brutal takedowns against the Atlanta Dream, 77-58, and the Valkyrie, 80-61? Phoenix managed to top them all with a 35-point massacre. From the jump, Indiana couldn't buy a bucket, the shots went cold, passes got snatched, and Mercury were sprinting out to a double-digit lead before fans even settled in. This was a public meltdown in real time. The stats? Absolutely painful. Indiana shot a laughable 34.3% from the field, bricked 23 out of 33s, and racked up 22 turnovers. Phoenix turned those gifts into 42 easy points. When you're handing out more freebies than you're sinking shots, you know you've hit rock bottom. Does this team even practice? This wasn't some one-game slip, it looked like deja vu from every pass breakdown. No creativity, no movement, no hope. If Kelsey Mitchell flops, everyone else disappears. Sophie showed up strong. Kelsey tanked. Where are the rest of them? Then disaster struck. Sydney Colson went down, clutching her knee, and Arie McDonald limped off soon after. The Fever's already thin roster became paper thin, and the injuries piled up faster than the scoreboard. Watching your team get stomped while players drop left and right is the ultimate nightmare. Coach update: Sid's left knee, Aries' right foot. We'll get a thorough check when we get home. The mood was grim. Phoenix dominated every inch of the hardwood. They out-rebounded the Fever 44-32, and every possession felt like Mercury were playing chess while Indiana was fumbling with checkers. Defensive pressure turned Indiana's offense into total chaos. As Sophie made her dramatic homecoming to Phoenix, there was one fiery competitor on the floor. The rest of her squad played like it was just another Tuesday. Dana Bonner, meanwhile, pulled a cold-blooded show, threw her own teammates under the bus, picked up a win in Indiana, and acted like the rivalry was dead. Not so fast. You don't think Sophie wanted revenge on Bonner's home turf after all those years together? Sophie Cunningham stood completely alone, battling with grit. She dropped 18 points on solid shooting and was the only Fever player with real pulse while everyone else faded fast. Sophie clawed to keep this from turning into a total farce, but she needed backup, a lone wolf against a whole pack. Sophie's clutch threes kept hope alive for a moment, but it was clear she was the sole source of fight, jawing with Alyssa Thomas, trading words with Bonner, even going at Kalia Copper. The rest? Sleepwalking through embarrassment? The arena felt downright haunted for Fever fans. As the team crumbled, you could see fans' frustration boiling over. Phoenix, on the other hand, threw a celebration with every bucket, acting like they just clinched a championship. This wasn't unlucky rimouts. This was a disaster, revealing Indiana's depth issues as injuries shredded their plans. The fireworks weren't over in post-game interviews. Dana Bonner let loose after torching her old team, gloating with her 23 points and talking like she'd conquered Everest. She even dropped a nasty line, calling Lexi Hull a bomb right in her face after hitting her first three-pointer in 6 months and losing her starting role to Hull. For 40 minutes, Bonner was less basketball player and more showboat, taunting Lexi Hull, getting physical with Sophie, and turning every play into a performance meant to humiliate. Emotions are kind of high. It's been a journey to get back to loving basketball, she confessed. But the act was clear, it wasn't just about winning. It was a revenge story. Coach Nate Tibbetts couldn't stop hyping Bonner's competitive edge. For Phoenix, this game was personal, a statement, not just another tip-off. The Mercury fed off trash talk and melodrama. Bonner was drama central with constant stares, hard fouls, and endless jawing with Indiana's bench. Sophie played it cool, flashing an innocent "who? Me?" grin, but nobody bought it. After the final buzzer, you could see a world of difference. Phoenix basked in their win, egged on their rivals, and threw verbal barbs. Indiana, meanwhile, huddled around their injured teammates and talked about fighting on. Sid is the heartbeat of our team. She'll be okay. Our team will be okay. It's just another hurdle. The contrast couldn't be more brutal. Bonner's victory party felt desperate, while Indiana quietly focused on unity and recovery. Bonner's big stats couldn't hide her post-game attitude, stirring up old wounds and reminding everyone why she never gelled with Indiana's team-first culture. But wait for Sophie, she was about to blow up the whole narrative with some podcast truth bombs. Sophie took to her podcast and flipped the script, exposing exactly how Bonner quit on the Fever, and it's way colder than anyone thought. She gave Bonner her props as a Hall of Famer, but then dropped the real shocker. Bonner left mid-season without a single goodbye text to her teammates. Sophie spelled it out months of grinding together, then poof, gone into the wind. She really wasn't happy, but if you're going to leave, you have to expect some heat. Was there any explanation? No, not even privately. Sophie unloaded, making it plain. This wasn't about disagreements or basketball tactics. One simple, respectful message could have avoided all the drama. Bonner just ghosted the team. Sophie's honest take exposed the real difference between sticking by teammates versus vanishing when stakes get high. I'm still rooting for her, I want her happy, but there's a way to be a pro. Send a text, say sorry, good luck. There's a way to do it. You could hear Sophie's frustration. She was shouldering the emotional weight, while Bonner found every excuse. No pettiness, just truth about basic professional respect. Did Bonner ever imagine her exit drama would go public? Sophie wasn't holding back. Hold my beer, I got a podcast and I'm not following anyone's script. Suddenly, Bonner's redemption game looked less heroic and more like a petty revenge parade for someone who fled without a word. Sophie's podcast torched the facade, showing the difference between fighting with your team and quitting for personal glory, while Bonner soaked up the spotlight for her revenge. The real drama was Sophie, Lexi Hull, and the Fever's core showing what loyalty means. Cunningham's 18-point performance, even in a blowout-proof championship heart, she could have coasted when things got ugly, but she dug in till the horn sounded. Sophie was the backbone, loving Indy, energizing her teammates, and making plays. Even with key players hurt, this Fever squad didn't splinter or blame, they rallied, checking on each other in timeouts, refusing to let adversity turn them selfish. Lexi Hull stared down Bonner, matching her heat, and showed the league this young team has real grit, even against veterans flexing all their experience. Bonner's individual boasting was a world away from Fever's team-first culture. The Mercury obsessed over revenge, but Indiana stood together and worried about their own. That contrast tells you everything about who's truly building something lasting. As Sophie drilled yet another triple, you could feel the fan base embracing true leaders, players committed to the franchise's future, not searching for shortcuts when things go sideways. This core plays with passion, defends each other, and reps Indianapolis with pride every single night. The Phoenix debacle stung, but it exposed which foundation was actually built to last. With Caitlin Clark's comeback on deck, this adversity is about to turn into rocket fuel. The Fever's loyal core survived injury, heartbreak, and drama, while Bonner danced on a win over a depleted squad. That clash of character is what will matter when the stakes get highest. If you support Sophie, then comment SPICY SOPHIE. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another outrageously real moment.